Hello guys, welcome back to the Man of War channel, and I'm going to ask you a question today. Are you a beta male? Are you an alpha male? Are you a sigma male? Do you exhibit masculinity? You know, all these code words that we have in our society about truly what a man should be or what a man should not be. Going back about 20 years ago, you know, being a man, or even more, 30 years ago, being a man was all about the way you carried yourself, your command presence, what you did out there in the real world, right? That mattered. How you treated your family, how you treated those around you, how you led. Unfortunately, being a man nowadays has completely transformed. And it has transformed in a way that has been not so good for our society. We've seen the emasculation of men start probably about a decade to 12 years ago. When I started in the police academy, I saw it firsthand. I started seeing recruits coming in, and basically the women were outperforming the men because the men were not exhibiting courage. They weren't exhibiting the most important aspects of being a police officer, which was having the ability to work under stress, having the ability to overcome difficult situations, think on their feet, and of course, have that mental toughness to carry them through the most difficult challenges of the job. All right, but you saw that also in our society. We saw the downtrend in everything. I mean, look at movies, look at articles, the media, just all these things that are talking about nowadays, that are talking about specifically about how to downplay the man and what the true code of a man is in our society. Look, you go back in time and you look at the Spartan woman, and the Spartans had a saying, right? It was, come back with it or on it, right? And this saying, this term was very clear. The woman wanted her husband, her child, to come back showing signs that he exhibited courage during the intense combat. And it was either come back with your shield, holding your shield, or come back on it dead. That mentality, that philosophy has been lost in our day and age. After coaching thousands of men and throughout my career, there's a common thread in between these men that holds them all together. And it's all about getting stronger, getting better every single day of their life. That's their focus. To me, when I started really thinking about it, this is the way that warriors are built, right? Constantly honing their skill set, their mindset, right? Growing every single day. So when I look at a man, I look at a potential warrior. And I'm not talking about a warrior like a soldier or a cop or a firefighter. That's great. But I'm talking about a warrior, truly a life warrior. A man who battles his demons, a man who steps up come hell or high water, a man who leads his family, who leads his business, a visionary, a man who serves for a higher purpose, who lives by an exemplary code of conduct. That's the kind of man that I'm talking about. You know, so many people get lost in this masculinity, in this alpha male world, in this world where, you know, you have names like sigma, right? Like alpha, like beta. And they're thrown out there all over the place. But really, when you distill it down, men come from the earth. They come from the earth and they are built. And I tell you, when they are built, you have two options here. Either to build men who are weak or men who are strong. The question is, as you grow and you build yourself, which one are you going to be? Now, I will tell you one thing. To really build a man of action, a warrior-minded man, takes a tremendous type of individual. It takes an individual who is willing to give himself 100% to a total breakdown, a body, mind, and spirit breakdown, that you can literally go back down, suppress your ego, get absolutely demolished, and somehow, some way, rise up. It is only truly when a man has understood what rising up under hell and high water, under major distress, under major obstacles and challenges in his life, that he can call himself a warrior. I've had many arguments with different individuals in life because their perspective is, well, I served in the military, I served in law enforcement, I served as a firefighter, I served this, I served that, and I did this for my country, and I did this for my community. So that labels me as a warrior no matter what I do. The reality here is this: guess what? You may have been a warrior at that time specifically for what you were doing, but I'll tell you, if you're not a man who's leading his family, if you're not a man who is leading himself, if you're not a visionary, a leader out there really that can lead his community in any way, shape, or form, in my book, you're not a warrior. And in the Man of War Paragon, you are not considered a warrior. Warrior-minded men are constantly evolving, and they show up today. Understand me very clearly. They show up today. All right? They don't live in the past. They don't rest on their laurels. That's for weak-minded men, no matter what the hell you did. And I'll say that again. That is for weak-minded men. So my point here is this: when we start digging into what masculinity is all about, sometimes we tend to get confused. We see a lot of programs out there, a lot of books, a lot of people talking a big hooray, big bearded dudes with axes and living in the woods, and it's all great, man. I'm all for that. But there's a hell of a lot more than that, right? There's a hell of a lot more than that. It's about building your mind, it's about building your spirit, and it doesn't have to go that way. One of the things that bother the hell out of me a lot of times is that men think that to be a man, you have to go out there and just be in the wilderness all the time. Yes, you do. That's a certain aspect. But guess what? There are finer things in life that you can also enjoy. Check out, 007, Sean Connery. I mean, that is an image of a man right there, right? Well-dressed, who enjoyed the fine things in life, a man who really carried himself very well, a man when he spoke, people listened. The bottom line is that I've heard stories that when he walked into a room, people were in awe, right? His energy, that sense of power that he had. While other guys that may have been through difficulties in time, they don't have that same power. Why? Because they don't carry themselves as such. They don't have that inside of them. All right? Walking in the warrior's path means a lot more than just doing hard things in life. It's the way that you represent those hard things and how they fortified you to be a better person today, a better version of yourself. Let me be very clear with that. So I'm going to leave you off with something very powerful that you may want to take with you. Okay? The way you look at yourself, okay, can only really be defined in two ways. It's the way that you feel and the way that you act. Very simple. If they're not matching, you have a clear disconnect in your body, mind, and spirit. You have a clean disconnect of who you are. Now, if you want to rise up a man, I'm going to tell you this is what you need to start doing. You need to start carrying yourself with dignity, with respect, with honor. You need to basically start walking the walk in everything that you do. Hold yourself at a high level. It doesn't matter if you have money or not, or you're starting to build a business or whatever. That's not the point right now. The point right now is you start carrying yourself in a way that you can look back and say, wow, 6 months ago, this is the way that I was acting. This is where I was. Now today, I am in a whole different world. I'm surrounding myself with other men who are walking this warrior's path, and these men I call my brothers. Okay, that is one of the lines in our primer in the Men of War Society. So when you are confused with all these words, all these terms, let it be. There should be one term that you should live by, right? I am a warrior. I am a man of war. And for those who are confused about what a man of war is, and you think that it has to do with the military, you think it has to do with combat, in some senses it does. But maybe you should open the Bible and look at Exodus 15:3. Okay, the Lord is a man of war. This is my inspiration for this name. So we are men walking this warrior's path. Doesn't matter what religion, what belief system you are, as long as we are serving a higher purpose and we are constantly improving and holding ourselves to a higher level, you have nowhere to go but up. Building it step by step by step. Throw away these words, masculinity, alpha male, throw them out the door. Start building yourself as a warrior today. That should be your goal. A warrior-minded man in our society. We need more of them. Hey guys, if you're connecting with this video and you want to learn more about living the warrior life and integrating the principles, right, that code of conduct from the warriors of old, do me a favor. I want you to smash that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It'll really mean a lot to us. We are working hard to make this a great channel for you that you can get some valuable information. Before you go, I want you to take a good look at this video, okay? It's your wake-up call. It'll snap you out of it if you're kind of living life like a zombie. Until next time, God bless you.